my company is called AZBcreative. It's a multidisciplinary agency. So we have two really sort of two very distinct creative sides of what we do of the business. One is interior design. So we design interior experiences like permanent, but also pop-up. Yep. So we won an International Design Award 2 years ago for MasterChef pop-up dining, which was in Sydney at the MCA, and then it was in Melbourne. And it took out gold internationally out of 1,500 entrants, which was really amazing. So that's one of our focuses, pop-up and permanent. And the other focus is experiential. So we do beautiful food experiences.
So Trump's Day Spa,
yes,
you've done this, you created it, you've worked on it. What exactly did you do?
Okay, so with Trump's, I don't know if you know the InterContinental in Double Bay. It's just had a complete refurbishment. So the Intercon, you know, a historic hotel, and it was sort of closed down for a number of years. With Trump, so on a permanent level, we were engaged to have a look at a number of the properties within, and we were asked by the owners of Trump's to come up with something in this really beautiful, vast interior space that was literally just a concrete shell. And we spent a lot of time discussing what they really required from that space. So because we're all about research and referencing and hunting and finding all over the world, we traveled extensively. So the interest was to create something that was very, very unique, and the aim was to turn it into one of the top 5 spa experiences in Australia, if not the world. So given that pretty open, beautiful brief, the owners are Italian, and they sort of love sort of anything that sort of has sort of some cultural, international sort of feeling to it. They also love Morocco. So we used Italy and Morocco, the entire artisan approach to creating a space. Like, the space was literally concrete slab internal. So we had the most amazing experience in finding artisans to create polished waxed concrete walls, handmade tiles. So we really lifted the notch with the artisan handmade element to it.
So how did you work with the clients though? Obviously the design is very instrumental, absolutely pivotal, but what about actually the components, the functionality of the space as well?
Yeah, so being given a space that was 425 square meters, and the client really wanted to have a salon element to it, as well as basins and sinks, and none of it, there was no plumbing, there was nothing. So we really had to understand, the machinations of what a salon requires. A lot of people can design beautiful spaces, but this is a living, breathing space that also had to service a number of clients that were going into not only having a day spa experience, some people were just going to have a haircut, or someone was getting a hair wash. So we had to create these different apertures so people could not necessarily always cross over. So we created, it's like 7 main rooms. It's quite substantial. I'd love you guys to have a look at it one day.
What is it that you push the client to do that maybe they hadn't considered doing before?
That's a really important question, because design, it has to exist. It has to have a commerce element to it. I mean, it's natural. You can design a beautiful space, but it needs to make money for that client. As well as that, it needs to resonate. It needs to have that talkability. People need to say, I really want to go there. Oh, you need to go and see that place. It's amazing. Like, we've just, people love the floor so much that, it's just being shot. It's on blogs. We actually have a really great network of friends. So we've got like all the fashion bloggers have gone in and they're blogging about the floor and the detail. So for us, it's not so much creating a beautiful space, it's creating a space that actually works for itself. It turns it into, it like traverses just beauty. It turns into something that's really, it makes money. Yeah, and I think on a retail level and on a commercial level, the salon is so beautiful and is so functional that it works very, very well.